Hi, Tom Trams with LinuxMCE. Today I'm going to show you, now that support for many popular 8-bit systems have been completed for the Game Player, now I'll show you pending support for most of the popular 16-bit systems as well. For this demonstration I've decided actually to keep my camera on the tripod, and I'm going to use the gyroscopic remote controlling the on-screen orbiter here on the television. Now, like every other type game system, we go into games, and as we can tell from here, there are a lot of new game types here that are now available. Particularly the Super NES, the Sega Genesis, the Turbografx 16, and their European counterparts, the Sega MegaDrive, which I don't have any ROMs for, the PC Engine, and the SuperGrafx, which was a version of the Turbografx 16 that was only released in Japan and never saw release anywhere else. There's about 8 or 9 ROMs for that. So I'm going to go ahead and just take you through some of the games here. Starting with Super NES, you'll see many of the familiar box art here, as with all the other ROM types. And for a simple demonstration here, I'm going to go ahead and go into Super Mario World. And find it real quick. Go all the way down. As you can see here, I've got roughly 800 ROMs for the Super NES here, for the US stuff alone. I need to take and increase my increase my ROM count for other stuff as well. So here, once again, we've got our ROM details screen. Title and system is Super NES. We go ahead and go into it. And once again, we have support for bookmarks as well, like all other game systems inside the system. And as we can see, it runs quite well here. It is worth noting that the Super NES emulation is not perfect. Some games do not run completely correctly, some glitched graphics, some glitched sound. Some games don't run at all, particularly games with coprocessors like Star Fox. I will repeat, Star Fox does not currently run under the current emulator. This will hopefully change in the future. So, that's the Super NES emulation for you. I'll go ahead and select something else this time. We go back, and the next game system I'll show off here is, of course, the Sega Genesis. And for this, I'll go ahead and show off 2 games here. This is actually for my brother. The first I'm going to go ahead and bring up is Forgotten Worlds. As you can see with the actual vintage cartridge art here. And as before, you can, of course, go into the options section and configure the various aspects of the system to take and customize for your controllers as well. So, now, we'll go ahead and do another game here, again from my brother here. Go back to Sega Genesis. We're going to go into the M's this time. Almost there. Where are you? Bloop. And of course, one of my own personal favorites, Mutant League Football. With the classic EOA splash screen here. playing using my standard USB gamepad. All the buttons are here. And like in real system, I suck. Yay! So, there you go. One of those games there. We'll go ahead and stop it. And to finish off, I will go ahead and show off the Turbografx 16 emulation. For this, we'll go ahead and as an example here, of course, you see all the box art with the Turbografx 16 box art here. You may notice, some of you that are astute may notice that some of the Japanese box art has leaked in. It's okay, it happens. But of course, so we'll do the two cards that I managed to get for the Turbografx 16, of course. The pack-in Keith Courage and Alpha Zones. And we're going to let it take and go to its attract mode real quick. Of course, the other one that we had, this was always the problem, especially with Turbografx 16. We could never find very many games for it, but the games that were there available for it were pretty good, decently. This was the other one we had, a nice little pinball game called Alien Crush. Go through its splash, and let's see if it goes into a track mode here. Come on. Yeah, there you go. I find it hilarious that in the attract mode it doesn't hit the damn ball hard enough. There you go. As you can see. But there we go. Now, for one more, I'm actually going to show a SuperGrafx game, as the PC Engine games are pretty much the same. And this one is the SuperGrafx port of 1941. Those of you who actually know the arcade game will recognize that this is actually a perfect port of the game. All the way down to the frickin' warning message. So yeah, there you go. As you can see, most of the 16-bit game systems are taken care of. There are a few others that are pending, and I will take and get to them as soon as I can. As a note, one of the upcoming emulations that I will be adding is Vectrex support, because I happen to like that system very much. And yes, it will be complete, as with all the other systems that have graphic aids and overlays. This one will have all of the overlays for all of the games included automatically. Now, I do want to make one final note, and that is specifically that some of you who have used the game system so far may notice that save states don't always work in game systems. This is because some of the game drivers have better game save support than others. This will change. I am actively working to take and solve this particular problem, because if this gets solved, and it will, when it gets solved, moving a game from one media director to another will be perfect, and Follow Me will be perfect, but also being able to save games and have saved bookmarks will also work correctly as well. Now, until next time, guys, have fun, and I hope you guys are enjoying all of these. If you guys have a particular request for a game system that you want emulated and whatnot, please let me know, either via LinuxMCE forums or on the IRC channel. Thanks very much.